Hello everybody, welcome back to another DIY video. My name is Hannah and I am the owner and artist behind Hannah Banana Creations, where I create upcycled home decor using reclaimed materials and do all kinds of DIYs. In this video, I'm going to show you how I created these adorable Christmas trees using some reclaimed baseboard trim. Okay, so this is a pile of oak house trim that I actually got at an auction a couple years ago, and it's come in handy for so many different crafts. It is a bit dirty, it's been in my barn storage, but yeah, I like to turn these into all kinds of different crafts. For this video, I'm going to be showing you how to turn these into Christmas trees. So let's get that started. For this, I put my miter saw at a 22.5-degree angle, and then I'm going to start by just making some tree shapes that look like this. So I do one cut and then flip it over and then cut the other side, as you'll see. So just flip it over like that. I got all my smaller trees cut out. So to make the second set of the tree, I'm just gonna make it a little bit wider of a cut, as you can see here. So just lining it up with the angle that I already have, using the 22.5-degree angle. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the second part for the bigger trees. After all my pieces were cut out, I did make sure to give everything a really good cleaning, because using reclaimed wood means that it's usually pretty dirty. All right, here's all the little trees, or some of the smaller ones, I should say. Since this is oak, it will definitely bleed through whatever paint that I put on it. So to prevent that bleed through, I'm going to be using shellac, and that'll block any kind of stains that try to come through the paint. So this stuff is easy to use, great to prevent stains from popping through. Just spray it like a spray paint, super easy. So, and let that dry for about 30 minutes, and then you're ready to paint. Okay, so now I have my two pieces of my tree. This is for the bigger version. The smaller one is just like that. So they will be sold separately on my site, and I'm gonna decorate them all a little bit differently. So you will see that later in the video here. So to nail these together, I'm just going to flip them over like this. Okay, so after I have them flipped over, I'm just gonna nail them together using a piece of wood lath that I already cut out on my saw. So it just kind of fits perfectly on the length. I'm using Gorilla Glue, Ultimate Wood Glue. I find that it works the best. There's all kinds of different ones out there, but this is the one that I prefer. So I just put some on my wood lath piece, attach that to the two pieces here, and then I take my nail gun. This is just a battery-powered Craftsman nail gun. I believe these are about a 3/4 inch length. Anything between like a half and a 3/4 inch will be good for this. This wood lath piece is pretty thin, so I don't want the nails to be too long that they pop out on the other side. Very good piece to have in your stash. There you go, now they're attached together. But to make it stand straight, it does stand on its own okay, but a lot of times if it's on a surface that's not completely even, it will get knocked over. So I'm going to be switching to 1-inch nails to set up little bracket pieces on the back. And these are just some scrap pieces of 1x2s that were in my stash. I'm just going to place them down here so that when the tree is standing upright, it'll be stable. First, I start with my glue. And then I nail everything. Oops. Alright, so now it'll have a better chance of standing up on its own. Alright, now it's time to paint and decorate these. I painted these in a wide variety of different colors. I just used whatever paint colors I had in my stash. I only did one coat on each of the trees because I was going to be doing a light distress later on. The fun thing about this project is that you can customize these colors to whatever your Christmas decor color theme may be. I am a more of a non-traditional type colors for Christmas type of person. My Christmas decor is purple and black. Let me know down in the comments whether you're more traditional or something a little off the wall. To give all of these trees a little bit of a distressed look, I took my random orbital sander and just sanded some of the edges down for a light distressed look. If you want to see any of the power tools that I recommend for this project, you can check down in the description below. Now comes the best part of this project, which is accenting all the little trees. Each of these trees got their own unique look, and I accented them all with a little bit of a different piece of decor. To add a little tree trunk on the smaller trees, I took some wooden spools that I had in my craft stash and just attached them using some hot glue, and they made the perfect little base for the small trees. I used a variety of different things for the little tree toppers for this project. These glittery red flowers were just some scrapbooking stickers that I had picked up at the craft store, and they have a variety of different things you could use for this. And here is a look at how some of the black trees turned out. I really love the Bell Christmas garland on the bigger tree. I didn't have very much of it, so that one turned out very special. To make some accents for the bigger trees, I took some wooden stars and this metallic sheen paint from Redesign with Prima, and I added a couple coats on all of these wooden stars. If you want to try this paint for yourself, the link is down in the description. The color is called Brushed Champagne, and it is really the perfect color for all kinds of Christmas decor. To give the stars a little bit more detail, I went through my scraps of transfers and just added on some little accents to some of the stars. This is totally optional, you can skip this step, but I always like to be a little extra, so I added more details. I also have a pretty big stash of vintage lace and all kinds of ribbons and things like that, so I decided to add that to the tops of the bigger trees just to give it a little bit more flair. And I attached all of these pieces by simply just adding some hot glue. And here's a look at how a batch of those mint colored trees turned out. I did add a pretty bow to the big one on this version and some different flowers for the smaller ones. And of course I have some vintage lace on there as well. And here's one more quick look at how I accented this batch of trees. For this tall tree, I added the vintage lace and then also some twine. And for the flower, I actually had a stash of these Sola wood flowers, and they make a perfect little rustic looking tree topper if you want to go for a more traditional Christmas look. And here's a look at how this batch of trees turned out. This batch right here is definitely more of a rusticy Christmas vibe. I also did some pink Christmas trees, which I absolutely love, but I know pink is not everyone's jam when it comes to Christmas colors. Check out my website link down in the description below to see the variety of different trees that are currently available on my website. And if you love upcycling and DIYs, be sure to follow along for more ideas.